Good morning, good day, grand rising, and welcome to day 3, the 3rd of January, Sunday, in the 7 days of rest and radical healing, here in the connection field on the good of the whole. Today, we are in the element or the concept of transmutation. And transmutation is so appropriate for the meditation that we are going to be doing. Transmutation is when an element or something changes form. And what could be better than understanding the transmutation of water into its solid frozen form? That is the magic of transmutation. When water moves into a beautiful solid form with beauty and diversity seen like nothing else before. And in that transmuted form, there is strength and serenity. There is a purity of purpose in that transmuted form. We only see the snow and the ice, but we need to understand that this is water, that divine element that has transmuted. And every form of water will preserve the intention of all around it. And today the frozen waters are calling to us, because what happens here will affect every one of us in every part of the world. And it is no better place to see the unconditional love, light coming through this solid form of water. This is also where, as a seeker, in the silence, in the serenity, you find the truth. We also find the hidden love in the cold waters, and when we play with it, dishonoring its love, we don't see its ultimate, unlimited possibilities. This is divinity in its solid form. This is also a cosmic trust given to us for the future. Let us honor that trust. And when you look at a snowflake, it is a cosmic code unveiled. So let us today, with the divine heart energy, heal the frozen waters of the world. And let's listen to this magic of transmutation. What is it trying to tell us? We went through the integrity. From integrity, we established the secrets of fluidity. And now we go to the ultimate, the transmutation. Because when we transmute, we will be transmuting into this form, this divine, pristine, beautiful form, with as much diversity as we find in the snowflakes. There is that many of us with so much of diversity, and that is what we will be transmuting into. So let us begin. So sit back comfortably. Take a deep breath, remembering that you are the integral part of the cosmic code, remembering that the fluidity is flowing through you. And now you move into transmutation. As you understand the powers and the mystery of this transmuted form, the solid frozen form of water. So taking a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. 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 Breathe in, breathe in, breathe out. Leave your body. Travel upwards into the sky. Travel higher and higher and higher. Out into the Earth's atmosphere. Travel out higher and higher past the gravitational field of the Earth into the solar system. As you keep traveling through the spaces in the solar system, you leave the gravitational pull of the sun. Keep traveling higher and higher and higher till you leave the gravitational pull of the sun and enter the Milky Way. You go flying past and zipping through all the little galaxies inside the Milky Way. You come out of the Milky Way into the whole of the cosmic universe, traveling past galaxies unknown till now, all of us till now, traveling higher and higher and higher. You go past the fifth plane of the light beings, the gods, the ancestors, and you move. You keep moving, till you hit the sixth plane of the ascended masters and the laws of the universe. You go past this energy field till you hit the jelly-like substance and enter the jelly-like substance and come out onto the void at the other end. There is perfect silence. There is nothing here but you. Enjoy the silence. Enjoy this presence in the void. No beginning, no end, just you. And in the distance, a light emerges. A light that is bright. A light that is different today. This is the creative source energy, the light of all creation, and it moves towards you. It comes towards you with a sense of urgency. This light is excited for you to be here today. It knows you are here to understand the secret and the mystery of transmutation. Because this is the knowledge that will make you understand when you transmute your physical form. Your physical form is all water. And knowing what transmutation happens with water is so important to understanding the wisdom of all life. And this form, this light, it is unconditional love light that comes towards you. It grows bigger and brighter, warmer, colder. It's an unusual light today. It brings with it a unique message. It brings with it the most revered secret of secrets, the secret of transmutation with it. And it reaches out and caresses you knowingly, lovingly, in gratitude for your curiosity, for your thirst for wisdom. It caresses you with appreciation that you are seeking this knowledge. It caresses you with the knowing that you have the strength to absorb this knowledge. It loves you uncompletely, so complete in its love for you. It embraces you and is willing to give you all the knowledge that you need and want. Feel its embrace. Take a moment to enjoy this embrace. And then it starts sharing with you the true meaning of transmutation. It starts sharing with you the process and how transmutation retains the diversity of the individual soul that you are part of. It shares with you the mystery of the oneness in the whole and the wholeness of the one, the diversity that is unified through water, the diversity that holds together the cosmic code of water, the fluidity as water moves through all beings, and the secret of transmutation when the water transmutes into beautiful, beautiful, solid form. Listen to the message Creative Source is giving you. Feel this knowledge. You are blessed, you are unique. You are so special that you have come seeking this knowledge. It's not information, it's wisdom, it's knowledge. It's knowing the truth. Let's take a moment and let's absorb this information. And now it is time to return. Time to return back into the jelly-like substance. Come down through the jelly-like substance, come past the laws of the universe, come past the fifth plane of the ancestors, the ascended masters, the light beings, the gods. Come fast down, fast, 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 into the cosmic void. And as you enter the cosmic void and run past all the universes, enter the Milky Way. And on your way through the Milky Way, you recognize all forms of water that have transmuted. Enter into the solar system. The gravitational field of the sun pulls you forward, and you enter into the earth field. And as you enter the gravitational field of the earth, you enter into the atmosphere of the earth. You come racing down. You are in such a hurry to return with this knowledge that you have gained. You come down through the skies and land in front of your physical form. And there you are. All of water in that physical form. You recognize the divine code within you that you integrated. You recognize the fluidity of unconditional love in the water that flows into every cell and through your body. And now you bring into your body the secret knowledge of transmutation. Enter your heart. Take a moment there. Feel the cosmic oneness. Feel the fluidity of the liquid in your heart. And now have this light energy grow. Let this light energy fill your heart and expand and flow out into your arteries and your veins. Know that any moment, with what you have learned and been given by Creative Source, that you have the power to move the liquid within you into any form. You have the power to create the perfect you in every cell. You have the power of perfect health. And as the liquid flows back into your heart and the circuit is complete, and as you feel this tingling, knowing sensation all over your body, take a moment to enjoy the integrity, the fluidity, and the power of transmutation that is you. And now from your heart, send out a wave of unconditional love to all the snow that is lying everywhere. Reach out your arms and cradle the ice-capped mountains. Rub your cheeks against that surface with such love, because you know this is water in trust. Transmuted and frozen to be made available for all beings whenever they need it, all over the planet. This is a sacred trust. The solid frozen waters of the world A trust given to us like a trust fund, waiting to serve us in our hour of need, waiting to serve all of life in its hour of need. And this is what transmutation of the water is all about. Transmutes to a form that can be carried and delivered and used in service of all life at any other time in the world, at any other place in the world. Let us wrap our arms around the glaciers and send it unconditional love. Let us wrap our arms around the entire continent of Antarctica, the frozen continent, the frozen world, the greatest trust fund of water, creative sources created for all of us. Let us say to the frozen waters of the world, I love you. I love you unconditionally. I thank you for being you. I thank you for holding the trust in this form of water. I thank you for the beauty of every snowflake, the entire diversity of all being, of all life can be seen in the varieties of the snowflakes. What a magical event when water transmutes into its solid frozen form, full of strength, full of serenity, full of divine power. And that iridescent light that shines through the frozen water is pure love. And even in its frozen form, it protects so many forms of life. And we love you, frozen waters. We love you, ice. We love you, snow. Thank you. In the silence of the frozen fields of water, we experience truth. And it is from here the rest of the water cycles on the planet begin. We understand the value and the truth and the power of this transmutation of water into frozen form. and receive back. Listen to the love the frozen transmuted water is sending back to you. Every snowflake is saying thank you. We love you too. Every ice-capped mountain is saying thank you. We love you too. Every inch of snow is saying thank you. We love you too. Receive this love. Take a moment and enjoy it. This love is like no love ever found. It is the love that comes from transmuted forms of water. And it is so. So whenever you are ready, ever so gently, open your eyes in the knowledge of your divinity and your ability to transmute all forms of energy into love. Because you are manifest creative source energy. You are unconditional love. And it is so.
For your guidance. Namaste.
Bless you, beautiful sister, grandmother. I hear the voices of children playing in the background. And if they're not, it's what it sounds like. The droplets of water playing together. As each of us are these droplets of water that express joy and togetherness. And it fills my heart with the thoughts of our transmutation from tiny little water cells within our mother's womb to these full expressions of physicality. I know you love to hear what comes through. Water in all forms has a living presence. We are also that water within our own form. Every molecule of water within us is an ancient traveler. It is in liquidity that all transformation is seated. The intention of transformation becomes transmutation as we return to our liquidity, returning back to the flow. Let us honor our liquidity and flow without hesitation as it moves around all obstacles, in order to nourish and fulfill all that we call life in form. Every form embraces water molecules as a part of its journey through what we call time and space. The opening of our hearts to the embracing of water in all forms is the call everyone is now hearing in order to receive and accept their perfect balance once again. Bless you. Thank you. I love you.
Thank you, Charlie. Beautiful. You know, for all of you who live in the frozen continents where you see ice and snow, you're so gifted. Here in the tropics, we don't know what it feels like. We don't know what it looks like. We only see it in pictures. And the transmutation from the vapor to the liquid and to the solid, and then everything, those patterns of the snowflakes, oh my God. That is divinity telling you, yes, I am here. And that is why the frozen waters are so, so important. It's like a bank trust fund of water for the rest of the world at all times, for all times to come. Thank you, Charlie. Those are beautiful words.
Yesterday, I was feeling all this big emotions happening. And so I during the connection water field, right, I ran down to the ocean and was just like opening myself, and the waters were so full. I've never seen the water so high. And, but what was all of a sudden being on that call, connecting in with the water connection, the connection water field, it started snowing completely out of the blue. And just to experience that transmutation of energy, you know, is so powerful. And to be in that, so I'm just leaving this moment with deep appreciation for that light, that loving light that you take us to every time we come together in this divine heart meditation, and our awakening remembrance and realization of that be that which we are, and to take that then down into the body. So I'm feeling really, wow, so much different than when I first came into this call. You know, I was concerned about my foot and I was putting, you know, but to come in, that's the consciousness shift right there that happens, and can ripple out to each and every one. So blessings, and thank you for this beautiful morning, this opening of the way of transmutation in the 7 days of rest and radical healing. So thank you.
Nice to see you today.
Oh, I woke up a little late, but I jumped in and I got right in. So I just want to, the pearl wisdom I got was that trust in the frozen water. I've never made that conscious connection before. And that was just so beautiful. Just, I don't know. It was deeper beyond words how I can describe it. That, and then that sharing that immense love with it, you know, that immense love with the snow-capped mountains and the ice. I usually have a fear of the ice and snow. I don't like it. It's cold and I have Raynaud, so it doesn't do well. I physically don't resonate with ice. But in the meditation, I was able to extend love to the ice and love to the snow versus fear of my fingers going numb and painful. So it was real interesting, the shift for me in perception of it, that it's not something that just causes me harm, but that's something, it's a trust that, oh, it's water, it's trust, water's safe. So thank you for that perceptual shift for me. It was magical. So thank you.
So happy for you. Meditating on, you know, the moment I heard the word transmutation, automatically the ice crystals, the snowflakes came to mind as to, oh my God, how can a drop of water be so beautiful? So, so beautiful. I mean, and that was transmutation. So, but I'm so happy you have a good relationship with the frozen water. You know, it's like a bank account. It's a fixed deposit of water for us in the future when we need it. If only we looked at it that way.
Back in the 70s, I was really, well, first of all, I've got a big vocabulary and I enjoy using it, but I also like my words to actually have significant content. And one of the things that always happens to me with your meditations is that I'm generally at a loss for words, and I always basically just end up with wow. You know, so having said that, I thought I'd share some of my experiences with ice and snow. Back in the 70s, I was into serious mountaineering, and one of my favorite things was to time it so that that living here in Denver, I could drive myself up to the Continental Divide and be in place at the exact time that a huge storm would come. It would be an absolute whiteout, and I'd pitch my tent, you know, just, you know, I'd hit the trailhead, hike up the trail, find a place to just pitch my tent and just let it snow, let it snow and let it snow. And more than once, you know, when it was done, there was more, the snow was higher than my tent and I had to dig myself out. And there was such a security and such a serenity in my heart being in that place, because it was absolute silence, internal and external. And not many people would have an enjoyment of what you needed to go through to put yourself in that position. But, you know, it was just really amazing. I even got to the point where, you know, things were a lot different for me then. I even got to the point where I did a fair amount of ice climbing, and, you know, merging with the ice as you're going up a wall. I mean, it is just, there's just something, you're basically asking permission for the ice to let you go up another few inches over and over and over and over and over. And I mean, it's just, there was such a serenity there for me. And I expect that you're feeling some of those vibrations. So at any rate, just thought I'd throw that pitch in for ice and snow. It's quite a sanctuary for some of us.
Wow. I know I've often been told that there is an ethereal silence in these places where there is just nothing but snow. But there is a conversation, a communication also happening at the same time. And I guess it's little wonder that most of the ascended masters land themselves up on snow-capped peaks, you know, when to realize whatever form of truth they need to realize. But you are so blessed to be able to enjoy that.
Well, here's something else that will fit really good. I worked at Keystone, a ski area here in Colorado, back when it was first established, and I was a manager for the restaurant on top. And as part of doing that, I had to ski to work, and I had to ski from one lift, the top of one lift to the bottom of the other. What happened is one day, the night before, it was in the springtime, and an absolutely raging storm had come through, and it was an ice storm, and it just came through and it was gone. And this was the next day, early in the morning, a clear blue sky, brilliant, brilliant yellow sun. It was just absolutely gorgeous. And as it happened, there was a layer of ice on all the different the little pine tree leaves, whatever. And so I'm going from one lift down to the other and down this trail, and the lighting was perfect. And I'll never forget it. I got a chance to ski through this kaleidoscope because the sun hit the ice just right where the whole thing was just a collage of all kinds of different colors. And it went on for probably an eighth of a long time. I mean, it was just stunning.
Wow.
Thank you, Tony, for that wonderful vision.
Just before we leave the session, I'd just like to leave you all with this image of the beauty of what transmutation becomes. I mean, I really have something more than wow. So beautiful, so beautiful.